Hey, welcome to another episode. And I'm joined by my homeboy, Thabo. What's happening,
What up? What
dog?
up? What up?
All
Oh,
right, MG.
better days. I've seen better days. You know, it's not all sunny in Hollywood, but it's alright.
I know this is routine. This is routine. Of course, today we're going to be discussing basketball. I mean, our favorite sport. And
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
man, yeah, Thabo, dog. With regards to the mighty LA Lakers, the team that you dub as better than the Celtics. I don't know in which world, but hey, it is what it is. What? What? Okay, I want us to break it down step by step. Okay, was let's
Yeah,
start off with Anthony Davis, bro. Do you
class.
feel that
Walk
him missing 39 games, bro, really cost you guys?
played a huge role, man. Because if you look at it, we just if he had just at least missed 20 games, you know, just 20 games, and that out of those 19 game counted, we could have won 10. Just
Yeah.
a, just a 10. I'm not even going into big numbers, just a 10. And within that time, we probably would have played with LeBron during those 10 games. And that combination was working fine. We could have done it was early in the season, so I think we would have been better. But yeah, injuries. Anthony Davis, man, bro. I don't think he also didn't do anything for us this season. Didn't do nothing.
Yeah. And then would you give him another chance? That's another uh
100%, bro.
yeah.
100%, because I think it's not the best thing to dissolve the entire team. You know, keep your core players, keep your players that are there. Um,
Yeah.
if he goes and has surgery within the off season now, then yes, we let him go. But if he
Yeah.
doesn't have surgery and he just focuses on rehabbing and getting stronger and taking maybe some pointers from LBJ himself, that's the only way you do it. But otherwise, yeah, we have to give AD a chance. We have to give
Yeah.
him a chance because he's AD at the end of the day. Let's not disrespect him to that manner. He's still AD.
Yeah, because I feel like people are disrespecting him. They're thinking that this is a
Yeah,
small time player, bro. But I concur with you. AD is a generational talent at the end of the day. And I mean, he's 29 this year. He's a year younger than me. Yeah, 92, 93 AD. So he's still got a lot to offer in his
mm,
game. And, it's just in J. I mean, injuries have been something that we all know AD has gone through. And I just feel like there's still a player in him. He's still more than
hey,
capable of returning to his best and competing for another chip. It's just I just feel like people are way too emotional, in your fan base. I'll say that in particular. I just feel like, they just expect, players to just perform. At the end of the day, they're human, and I mean, we're not the same as human beings at the end of the day. Not everyone is LeBron James in this game.
you know.
Yeah.
No, I
So for
totally,
me,
I totally agree with you.
yeah. So for me, I'm not gonna be hard on him and say he's whacking anyway. I mean, this guy's in the top 75. I mean, for him to be voted there just shows you that he's a generational talent, bro. And then another thing is that LeBron also missed a lot of games this season, and as
Yeah,
expected, to be honest, dog. I mean, LeBron, yeah, he's superstar, one of the greatest, arguably the greatest players to play the game. But at his age, you can't expect the man to play more
the
than,
whole
in my
season.
opinion, yeah, all season. It's for me, it's highly impossible. Yeah. Oh,
Like I'm with you on that.
yeah,
No, I'm with you on that, bro. Like you can't expect LeBron to play every single game, push the Lakers and be the top scorer in a corner, and also
hmm
push the Lakers into the playoffs to play the Suns or the play-ins, manage two games in the play-ins, because you're first fighting for that loss, for that other position. Then you need to fight for the other, and then you need to fight. If you make it at the eighth seed, you need to fight the number one seed, and
yeah,
you're expecting a 36-year-old to be pushing to that extent. Nah, No,
Nah.
bro. I think he did enough. He did
Yeah.
enough for the fact that he's leading. He was leading currently, even at this moment, the league in scoring. He's played his role. He's played his role
Yeah.
for 30 for the person at his age.
Exactly. For him to be putting up the numbers he's putting up already is it's a bonus in my opinion. Because let's be honest, I never expected homeboy, to put in such
No.
crazy numbers. Hey, and we joined by another Laker fan. Ends. What's happening, dog?
I'm good, man. What's up?
No,
It's
nothing
good. It's
much. Oh,
good.
now, by the way, Thabo, this is Ainsley. I met him on Twitter. Can you imagine? You see, social media, we're using it for the right reasons. We're
Yeah,
not
sure,
That's
yeah,
canceling
sure.
perfect, bro.
people. And yeah, man, yeah, Ainsley Thabo is also another upset Laker fan.
Heartbroken.
Just yeah,
Former
heartbroken.
former Laker fan.
Are you a former Laker fan now?
You can't do that. You can't do that, bro. You can't do that.
yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
bad.
yeah, it is bad, so we're just discussing where it went wrong this season because all of us had these crazy expectations. We want as a Celtic fan, on paper, when I looked at your team, I was like, damn, you guys could, because I feel like you were more than capable of at least making it into the playoffs. But another question, Kendrick Nunn, missing the entire season. Do you guys think that played a role as well? You know, let's start with you, Ins. Let's start with, yeah?
Okay, cool. Yes, not only Kendrick Nunn, but the rest of the guys as well. I was
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
at the number of games the guys played together. I guess it's like what 21.
yeah,
The whole team played together. So I guess the strength of the team then is questioned with the number of injuries. I know people are comparing it with the basement boys that they also had a series of bad injuries. They're comparing that against us, but in terms of how we were looking to structure the team, I guess the injuries played a huge role. Look, Kendrick Nunn, we got him as one of the role players, and he didn't play anything. And the other guys, look at the ages, man. They were already old.
yeah.
I don't understand why we didn't get someone like DeRozan. I know that's another conversation, but
Mhm.
that was a major, major key. But
Yeah,
besides that, the injuries had a major role in us not
yeah,
getting anywhere.
yeah. And then you, Tabo, do you think if Kendrick Nunn was there, at least you would have won 10 games, Nyan?
I think so. Honestly speaking, based on Kendrick Nunn's reputation from last season when he played for Miami, we know what Kendrick Nunn can do. I think also having that alternative of being able to swap point guards because we played a majority of the season with LeBron either playing at the PG or when Westbrook played. The first half of the season was just a disaster for Westbrook again, yeah. And it just didn't even go up. It just kept on going down, 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 down. I think honestly speaking, having that Leo option there, being able to swap. But one thing people are forgetting, I think our biggest downfall was trading Rondo.
Mm.
That's for me
Yeah,
was I think that's where we messed up too, man. And don't play around. We know we needed Rondo. You know we needed
Uh,
Rondo.
yeah,
Rondo is listen, man. Rondo is good when you've already gotten playoffs. He's like a playoffs kind of guy.
Just don't
Regular
be that
season,
person,
look at the
bro.
age. No, look at the age where he's at. He's more effective going into the playoffs because
and
uh, at the age that he's at now, man, he wouldn't have lasted the entire season. Because look at the championship season. He didn't play much in the regular season. He came in during the playoffs and look at the age, man. The problem with
But
the
but but you're not
Lakers,
understanding. We just wanted 10 games. We're not asking for more. We're not asking
but
for more. If you look at the league now, and if we had won 10 games, we're in a comfortable position. Just 10 games. 10 games, man.
uh,
I'm not asking for
the
much.
problem
I'm
the
even asking
problem is
for eight,
okay.
maybe.
Wait, let me ask you a question, Tabo.
mm,
What were the hopes for the entire team? Like, where did we want to go for? Was it a championship run? Was it just to play ball? Was it built? It obviously wasn't built in the team for the future. Because look at the ages.
No,
It was
no, no, no,
obviously
no,
not.
no. It was never.
Yeah.
It was never
So
about that. But before the season started, it was going for a championship run. That's why we acquired those names. Everybody knew, guys. These guys are just going for that last run. Melo is running on fumes, bro. Melo is running on fumes. We didn't have to get Melo, but we got Melo. You know,
the pro.
we traded Howard one time, and then we bring him back.
Do you know what the problem was? The Lakers were supposed to structure this team around the same team that won the championship. That
Done.
was the problem. Was we were not going to win with a new roster completely. Because look at the trades that were made. We traded away Kuzma, understandable. But Caruso was a bad move.
Yeah.
KCP was a bad move. Those those two, even Maki was a bad move, in my opinion. Because look at how Maki was playing in the Nuggets. In the Nuggets, yeah.
At a defensive point, yeah, I agree with you.
Yes,
I agree with
Maki
you a
was
lot.
wrong. Howard going first time round was wrong. Rondo, I would say, was not a bad trade because Rondo was going to be good if we were already good during the
Yeah.
regular season. Because Rondo, look at it, he doesn't play much. Rondo, as I'm telling you, the championship. Look at the championship squad. Rondo didn't play much regular ball. He only came in when we were in the bubble, and then when he started playing.
But
Obviously,
he
there's
did what
like
he
eight.
wanted. We needed him to do.
We
He did
didn't
what we
because
needed him
we
to
needed
do.
we needed a regular team. We needed a regular season team, a team that will
Yeah.
put in a
Mm.
required number of wins just to get us through the playoffs. Not even play in, because the play in was a desperate stance. That whole play that was desperate. The team was already gone there.
Yeah, we were
So
already gone a long time.
yeah, trying to qualify for the play, that was just a desperate attempt. What we're supposed to do is just get fifth, sixth seed. We're going to be good. Fifth
Yeah.
seed plays sixth, sixth plays fourth. Around there in the middle was where Lakers would then try to get through the second round, and then hopefully AD or Rondo, if was there, was going to be fit enough. Then we would push for the finals. But otherwise, that was never going to. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
That's the 10 games I'm talking about. Those are the 10 games I'm talking about. We needed to jump, just get onto that sixth seed. You know, it
Yeah,
wasn't that far apart. Let's not even lie to each other, guys.
I
That
saw
bottom part, that bottom half was not that far apart.
I saw a
And ten
video
games
Shaq.
is good.
I saw a video Shaq on one of his podcasts. Shaq was saying the Lakers are deliberately losing so that they get the eighth seed and then they get to play Suns. If they play Suns, they win. And then this guy is ridiculous, man. This guy is
Nah,
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Shaq is still in 2000, guys. Don't stress, guys. It's 2000, and like the Suns are a different team now, and the
But
way they
X,
playing, they different. Yeah,
going back to the 1 point that we lost it all. And Magic was saying the same thing. I think 2 days back, that Westbrook trade was the worst mistake that we ever made. Because
that's what
not only was getting Westbrook the worst part of that trade, the guys that we traded were
mm,
the downfall. Because look who went: uh,
Kuzma.
Kuzma,
guys, let's
KCP.
not give Christmas time is over for the Lakers, guys. His time is
No,
over for the Lakers.
but
He
look
couldn't
at
play with
how
LeBron.
there were boys that okay. Kuzma is one of those guys that you can't rely on. Let's agree. You can't rely on
Thank you. Let's
Kuzma.
not even count
Kuzma,
him. Him as a
Kuzma,
piece.
Kuzma is a Danny Green. You can't rely on those guys. They are there. They are there to just play regular season, just come in for the injuries, make sure the team is stable. Ah, no. So that trade, because we also traded who? What's that guy from the
KCP,
Clippers? No, the third guy that you traded.
Montrez Harrell.
Trez.
uh,
Yeah,
Trez.
Montrez
Trez
Harrell.
also Trez also went. So look at, and then Caruso left. So look at the almost the whole entire championship team was gone.
Mm,
And then the guys that were traded in are already guys who are at the back end of their careers. You can't trust those guys. They can either do good or not.
mm,
You have Westbrook, you have Melo. Melo was good because we needed a shooter. We
yeah,
desperately needed someone who is a consistent shooter. Unfortunately, it didn't work out as well. And then we hustled to get Howard back. I don't understand how we traded. What's that guy's name? Who's now at the center? Who's now at the Nets? I don't understand why we traded that guy.
Drummond,
I
Andre
Drummond.
don't know
Drummond.
why.
Yeah,
I don't know why we traded him because we didn't have a center anymore. Like the whole thing was just a mess. Just through that, through those two trades, and it wasn't going to work out from then on because you don't have a strong starting lineup. And another
Yeah.
frustrating thing for me, last point, another frustrating thing for me was we have what's his name? Uh, what's his name? The PG, the sub PG.
THT.
Yes, we have THT.
JT.
Why are we not? Why is THT not playing more consistently? Like, why is he not being played? Because that guy is good. We all know he's one of the best preseason players. You put that guy in preseason, he plays like prime
He's it.
time magic.
Yeah.
And then
You
and
said
then
no.
when the regular season comes, at game time, and then you wonder why, what where the problem is. And then
Yeah.
Kendrick Nunn obviously
No.
we Kendrick Nunn obviously didn't play, and then
Yeah.
AD injury. So all those things bundled together, yeah, ultimately cost us. And yeah, that's where we are. I don't even know where we're going.
Hey, Thabo, were you gonna add or?
No, bro. Like with THT, I also had the same sentimental as you at first, bro. And then I actually realized with THT sometimes you barking it, wait. Sometimes he's just all over the place. You just never know what he really wants to do. He's not a team basketball player. He's a one-on-one player. THT. Let's not lie to it. One-on-one, give him the ball. He would have been great as a sixth man. Something we
But
want consistent with as well. Not as players.
Tabo,
We want consistent with our starting lineup.
sorry to disturb you. Is that not a roster problem that a player will try to overdo stuff because he's trying to find his position in the team? If you're given a
No,
position and then you're told you're going to start or you're definitely six men, you play more regular because you know that's the position that I have. But in a point where you're playing this day and then you don't play for the next 3 games and then you play you once and then you tend to want to do more to try and prove yourself in the team. And that's
you
maybe
know where
what
the issue
PhD
was.
didn't do.
And you know what the issue was? THC got injured. And then Malik Monk came out of nowhere. Let's not lie to each other, guys. Malik Monk was out of
Yeah.
nowhere and he was coming from the bench in the corner. And when THC came back, Malik Monk was still on fire. Was still on fire. So are you telling me we should have benched Malik Monk over THC? Because Nakona, we also need to think of this. As I said, going back, the lineup was just all messed up. We were just not consistent with the lineup. If Malik Monk was just given that starting role with the Keshap, dude, you on the roll, we putting in the starting lineup the rest of the season when THC comes back. Put THC on the bench. There's so many things that could have been done strategically, but at an early stage. The problem is we waited until the All Star season to end, the All Star weekend to end, and then after that we left it a whole month. Not immediately, we left it for a full month, and unfortunately, that's when the March was a disaster, guys. Look at any other month in the Lakers season. March was ridiculous. March was just I didn't even watch one game live. Yes,
So
one game live with Lakers. Not
let's
even
do this.
highlights because I knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Let's split the problems
Yeah.
into let's split the problems on the court, like where exactly the main problem was. In my opinion, the main problem was defense because there are games where Lakers would go into the fourth quarter leading by over 20 points, and then the guys start coming back. It's not even more than one game,
I like.
and those forced overtimes.
Yeah.
Like
Can I add to that what you've said? That's pretty
yes,
much what Ime Udoka did with the Celtics. He focused primarily on the defense. Once our defense started performing, it's when we started climbing up the ranks. And so you make a valid point with defense. Because
remember, X.
yeah,
The last time we were talking, I was saying you can center.
yeah.
I don't know what happened, and then you guys started playing defense. Where are the Celtics getting the wins from? And then
You
all of
see,
a sudden, 10 games later, like Thabo is saying, 10 games later, the Celtics are now first seed. I'm like, where is it coming from? But
You know?
but uh, but
yeah,
our problem was mainly on defense, and you
Yeah.
can't blame THT or Monk on defense.
No, no, no. Our problem, Enzo, just to add on, was defense and offense, bro. We
No,
couldn't
but
do it
like
on both sides of the court.
look at the games where we were leading by over 10 points into the fourth quarter, and then somehow we lose the match or it goes into overtime, and then all of a sudden it's tough, and then the team, obviously those guys are, look at the West, man. All the teams that were playing in the West were hungry. Look at
Memphis.
Memphis, look at Dallas, look at
Yeah,
the Suns, all those teams. Look at the Nuggets. All of those teams were hungry, man. They would sneak in a win no matter what. It's unlike maybe the East, where East, it's one of those, everyone is just playing regular ball and the wins are coming in. But the worst guys, those guys will sneak in wins, man. You know that fourth quarter, the Nuggets are going to, even the teams that were back end. Look at the Wizards, the game we lost against the Wizards. Did you see what Porzingis did? Man, we were leading. Then Porzingis came out of nowhere in the fourth quarter, and then we lost against the Wizards. So all those teams in the West, they were fighting, and we just couldn't have the edge to fight and get through the games. And most of those games, it's not like the offense wasn't there. We had like, if you accumulate more than 110 points, say, in a game, I would say that's good offense. Okay, well, depending on the margin, the losing margin. But if you accumulate more than 110 points, say over 40% of your games, I would say that good offense, because the other teams would maybe win by 5, 10, and then there were blowouts here and there, but they were not much. We can count like up to 5 blowout matches. But then the other wins, we would see it's an overtime loss of 3 points, an overtime loss of 5 points, an overtime loss of 7 points. So the offense was quite okay, in my opinion. But then when it comes to the defense, that's where our major problem was, in my opinion.
defense.
Yeah.
Man, for the amount they're getting paid, you have to be able to do it both sides of the end for 42 minutes, for 44 minutes. That's it. Like
Yeah,
or the whole 48 minutes, both sides of the court, full time,
But
12 minutes especially in the fourth quarter. Extra, how many times have I told you? The third quarter is the quarter that determines most of the game. You can see which
exactly.
team was going to make a comeback in the third quarter if they're down, and you can see which team is winning this game in the third quarter. The
I
Suns blew you
guess,
out in the third quarter.
yeah,
Every single game. If you watch all the games,
yeah.
the Suns will blow you out. The last
I was
five
just
minutes of the
about,
third quarter,
I was
the
just about
Suns
to say that.
are
Yeah,
gonna kill you. Make it
I
that's
was
the
just
fourth
about to say
quarter.
that.
It's gonna be a ping pong game. You can score, we score. You can score, we score. You guys score twice. No, we'll come back with a three because we can't do it at the end of the day. We have those guys, those who can really do it. Lakers couldn't do it. You just never knew what the Lakers. They were either down at the end of the third quarter or they were leading, but you knew what was coming. You knew every single game what storm was coming. Doesn't matter which team. No one gave respect to any of those veterans. Any of those veterans, anyone played them, they were like, nah, bro. No. When Memphis started beating the Lakers, you're like, I this guy leaves. New Orleans, the Pelicans started winning. You were like, nah, man. You started being very worried. In Atlanta, in Washington, when Washington won, and the Houston Rockets as well. I was
you.
like, guys, tell you,
Yeah,
the
even with
season
the
they,
Spurs,
guys,
you guys also losing to the Spurs was also, I feel like,
bro,
that was like the final blow in my opinion, because
yeah, but
essentially they're the team that was also in and out of the play, and and having to lose against them was probably kill the team's morale, most probably. And I feel like, guys, even mentally, guys, I feel like, at the end of the day, psychology plays a huge role in all sports. Even with the Bulls, yeah, Michael Jordan, when Jordan was winning like nobody's business, he did say even in the last dance that at times our squad may have not been the best team, but the only reason why we won is because of, you know, mentally we had that thing
Mentally.
of winning, and so I just feel like majority of the players in your team, as much as Westbrook goes hard, he's like Bruno Fernandez, bro. Stat padding. He hasn't won anything, even though from a stat standpoint, he has the best. I mean, there's no one who can do what Westbrook does. I don't think there is anyone. But I just wanted to ask way two from now, because at the end of the day, guys, we have to come up with solutions. But Zulu Galaxy, we have to figure out a way forward, because I do believe that, okay, you guys don't have picks. I mean, Thabo, we had this discussion in the morning, but I still do think you guys have valuable pieces that you can trade in order
100%.
to rebuild.
100%.
Yeah, so I'll start with you,
I don't think we
Thabo.
can trade.
Yeah,
I don't think we can trade anyone because most of those guys are on like a 1 year contract. I don't think we can like just start trading about me. Like
yeah,
wow, I think all majority of the guys, yeah, definitely were on a 1 year contract. It's either we
yeah,
can re-sign or we sign players completely. I think out of that core group, we keep a few players. We keep Reeves. We keep, of course, AD, LeBron, and maybe Monk. Those are the only noticeable players in the Lakers this past
hmm,
season. And AD is only because it's AD. I think we spoke about this already. But we need to sign really good ass players, good free agencies. There's a lot of free agencies. Guys, we could have traded for CJ McCollum and just gotten rid of Westbrook just for CJ McCollum and a printer, or printer
yeah,
from Portland or something, and a 500 stack of sheets of paper or something. That would have been a valuable trade, bro. But we didn't because we know Dame Lillard is not going to stay in Portland. He's
yeah,
also looking for out now because we won't need it. This whole rebuilding, he doesn't want to be a part of this whole rebuilding in Portland. But I think it's just mainly about re-signing new players, keeping some of the few core players. No, I don't. I think it's time to let go of the previous dream we had. Like N said, if we had kept the team from the
yeah,
bubble throughout, yes, I'm happy with those players. It's sharp and King, and let's go for the second run because that's what Suns did. Suns
yeah,
barely signed any big names, dude. But I know Upiyambo, come on,
yeah,
and on a 10-day contract, and they ended up giving it to him the rest of the season. You know,
yeah,
we had a lot of opportunities to sign good players, man. Jamal Crawford, Johnson, because we were already giving some scrubs already some time to play.
yeah.
But dude, I mean, honestly speaking, the off season is going to be very nice. It's going to be curious to see because there's some good free agencies out there, and I think they need to make space and some money. They need to cut down on LeBron's pay as well.
Mm. Word.
let me
You ain't.
let me tell you the funny thing that my opinion. Or I'm going to sneak in the God conversation just a bit.
Yeah.
Uh, I feel like for LeBron to solidify his God conversation, he needs to go to Miami for one more round. So I say
Nah,
trade LeBron to Miami. That's his
Yeah.
last chance for a ring.
Hmm.
In my opinion, I don't know who would get for LeBron because that's quite a. Or maybe I don't know who would get, but trade LeBron to Miami. Or for his sake, because if he goes to Miami, he has a chance of winning. And Miami, they do need him. I mean, that's another conversation. But going back into the Lakers, well, for the Lakers' sake, obviously, number one, Frank Vogel has to go. Westbrook has to go. Get rid of all the other guys. I think Melo. Let's just let him go.
You must
Dwight
retire.
let's
Howard.
go.
Dwight
Yeah,
Howard.
bro.
Thank you very much. Uh, AD. I don't know. It would depend on his health because he's now one of those. If you manage to handle his health and just manage to, he needs a coach who can manage him in terms of game time.
Hmm.
That would help because we know now he's injury prone and he's not going to last the whole entire season.
Yeah.
LeBron, I'm not sure how for the future he fits into the Lakers. It will depend on the new coach, obviously, because that's he has to go. And then I felt like if we get a player like Robinson from Miami,
Duncan, yeah.
Duncan would be a good Lakers addition because he doesn't seem like he's happy there that side. I remember we spoke about it last time. X.
Hmm.
He doesn't seem like he's happy that side. It seems like one of those players that are now
Yeah.
that Eastern Conference Finals team. The way he shined on that, it's just been downhill for him. So I feel like if he gets a player like him, he would. That's a consistent shooter, and the Lakers need a consistent shooter. We can't be playing in the paint all the time. Worst of the guys that play in the paint, the main guy is the one that's injury prone. So you don't have range from outside the and then you don't have paint players. So you definitely offense is like is in between. So I guess that's my take on the Lakers going
Yeah.
forward. Change the
And then
coaching. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, because of course Westbrook, a lot of people agree on that, that Westbrook needs to, of course, leave. Which team do you think is dumb enough to sign Westbrook from the Lakers? I just wanna ask
Portland.
Jay. You think Portland would?
A
Put them
Portland, a
just one
Rockets,
season though.
a
Yo,
Pocket,
Yeah.
a Rockets, a Wizards. Going back to the Wizards, I mean,
Orlando Magic.
yeah.
Magic
Orlando Magic
maybe,
have a
but
lot.
Mm,
Magic have a lot of point guards in that team, eh? A lot
yeah.
of point guards, lot of point guards, and they'll probably be willing to bring someone who's a big name. When last did they have a big name in
Hey,
do you know?
Orlando? So
Do you know a player? Do you know? Sorry, going back. Do you know a player who would be good for the Lakers? Jamal Murray. That guy would work.
Murray.
It's just that, yeah, Murray is just. Do you know the Murray from the bubble season? That guy was balling, man.
Hey,
It's
but
unfortunate this season he got an injury,
but the
and yeah, it
injury as
almost cost
well
him.
is a very
Yeah,
serious one. I mean, a quadricep, it messes
yeah,
up
that one,
your
that injury is quite
athleticism.
bad.
Yeah, it's mostly at your athleticism. But Murray was never a player who relied on speed anyway.
He's a
He
great
was
player,
always a
man.
yeah,
light.
I
He
feel
was a
like I
light.
feel like I
Yeah,
feel like Joker and Murray would have gone all the way, the two of them, for the
yeah,
Nuggets. But then it's unfortunate he can't do it. The Joker can't do it on himself. But
yeah.
yeah, I feel like that's my point.
I no 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 no. That's cool, man. And just in closing, guys, let's end it off on the greener side of life. Uh, yeah, come on, guys. I mean, it's a neutral venue. I mean, out of you guys, I'm the only one in the playoffs, remember, so I have to say we have to talk about my team. We're currently number 2 seed, and there's a possibility that we're gonna face the Nets. And so I'm worried from my end. Like, yes, we've improved drastically. I'm not saying we're gonna win the chip. It would be nice to win it because I've made so many bets with people. I'd have so many NBA jerseys if we win. But like with the Celtics and us being, of course, in a very favorable position, like um how far do you guys think we're gonna go, my team? Without
I
if
mean,
hating,
you guys
without
play,
bias, like Jay, we just having a convo. How far do you guys
if you
think?
guys,
Yeah.
I think sorry, Eggs, I think if you guys play against Cleveland, then you guys have a better chance of making going through. But if you guys are gonna play the Nets, I don't know who's gonna. I know I know Jason Tatum is not gonna play defense on KD throughout.
Eish.
If you know that too.
Yeah, I know, I
I,
know, I know.
I mean, you
What
guys
you
are
guys
good enough.
prepared to?
You guys are good
Yeah.
enough, like second round. But the East is yes, Bucks are going to go back into the NBA.
Yo,
It's
straight
quite
up,
obvious.
Jay.
It's
It's
the
Bucks
Bucks
obvious.
because you know what? Let me tell you why I'm saying that.
Mm,
The Bucks are like the Suns. They didn't change much, and they are playing exactly the same way that they played. So if you don't change the winning formula, you tend to win. And also, Miami, I don't think they can go all the way. Miami, they are, you guys are definitely not going to go all the way. Who else is there?
Yeah.
Cleveland, they don't have the depth.
Nets.
Ah, Nets. The problem with the Nets, if they sort out the, I don't know how it will work going into the. Or have they sorted it out? Do they have now? They have a solid squad home and away. I haven't checked in a long time.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
the?
they
mean,
sorted it out.
because Kyrie is no longer banned from playing.
Oh,
You know, he won. Kyrie, he was woken up and won.
if if if
44
if if
points.
if they play more consistently now they just need to sort out going into the
Yeah.
playoffs. The Nets, the problem with the Nets is that they were overhyped and they got to a point where no one is scared of them now.
Mm.
So I feel like the Nets would also bounce maybe third round.
Mm.
So the way I see it is the Bucks are going to go the way. I mean, you come back to this video.
Yeah,
I
because
don't see
I
the Bucks losing.
you think the Bucks are gonna win the second chip?
No, not in terms of the G, I'm talking about the
Yeah.
conference.
Or
The
conference or
conference, the conference,
yeah.
yeah. I feel like they're going to take it.
I feel like if the Bucks reach the NBA finals, they're gonna two-peat. They're gonna repeat run.
The Suns,
I feel
Suns are going to play better because look, last season the Suns had a injury problem. I think Chris Paul was
yeah.
out for game what? Was he out, right? I can't quite remember. But the problem somewhere. So if it goes Bucks Suns finals, the Suns are going to win it. But in terms
Mm,
of the East, talking about the East, right?
yeah.
I don't see any other team getting over the Bucks unless if they find first round. If they get a team that will knock them out first round, but if they manage to play more consistently through the first round, second round, they'll definitely go through all the way.
Yeah. And then
So
Utah.
that means that the Celtics don't have a chance. Don't have a
Yeah,
chance.
fairly standard. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna win anyway. It's just encouraging seeing a team that was like in your situation where we were lingering outside of the play-ins to go up the ranks. You know, for me, it's encouraging, especially for the future. You
It
know,
shows how much the East plays free basketball. That's what I'm telling you. The East is free basketball. There you are fighting for the next 5 games. You are second seed. That's ridiculous.
ah,
That's ridiculous.
yeah,
So it shows that the East is just basketball, man. There's no bad vibes. It's just
yeah, yeah. We're just
yeah,
having fun with it. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I know, gents. I feel like we've covered everything that I wanted us to discuss. I wanted you guys to clear your minds. You know, I'm a very good friend. You see, like, you know, I care about your well-being. You know, especially you, Thabo, bruh. Hey, as a, I think I would
I
be
always
happy.
hit a comeback, Ismail. I always hit a comeback. We are in jail. I'll hit a comeback and I'll remind you about this moment.
I know it's cool, bro. I know for me, man, there's no bad blood on my end. Like, you know, it is what it is. These things do happen in sports. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
ends
man.
ends ends being a Man United supporter on top of that, he understands that these things happen, dog, you know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for availing yourselves. Now, much appreciated. Guys, please like, share,
Yeah.
comment, subscribe to the channel. This is the Easy Sports, and we out.
Peace out.